segment, that compact segment. And for us Spanish people, the Latinos out there, you know what I mean? We're about 38% of that market share. That takes me back to what my dad used to tell me when I was a kid. Oye, Brian, if you're buying a car, get yourself a Corolita, because they're super reliable. And you know why? I say that to my kids right now, and they're only 3 and 1. Everybody's looking at me. Also, the 12th generation Corolla was introduced, well, started like in 3 phases, right? And it was introduced as the hatchback last summer. And our dealers and our consumers were really stoked about that, because now for the first time in a long time, the Corolla is available in a more sportier hatchback and a 6-speed manual. Then came the sedan, and for the first time ever available in the US, a Corolla hybrid that gets a whopping 53 miles per gallon. That's a huge win for us in that segment. Now let's jump into the styling and the design characteristics of this new 2020 Corolla. There were a couple objectives, 3 to be precise. They wanted to make it sporty and modern, right? That's what you've seen in every single redesign with the Toyota lately, especially with the new platform, the TNGA platform. They wanted to make it more dynamic, appeal to more people. We own so much market share, why not take more? And one of my favorite things is they wanted to make it more sensuous. That's just a fancy word for sexy. That's one of my favorite words. Or as we say in Spanish, sexy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Hispanicize a little bit. From an exterior perspective, the dimensions have changed a little bit, not too much, but the main goal, I don't want you to get bogged down too much in the numbers, was to make the car more fun to drive, have a lower center of gravity, and increase the visibility. So this 2020 Corolla by far is the most fun to drive Corolla that's ever existed. The exterior highlights are that the SE and the XSE have a very sporty exterior look. And you really, from an exterior perspective, I was talking to David back there, is the SE and the XSE, you can't really tell the difference because they're both exactly the same until you get into the vehicle. And that was one of our goals, is that the 2 sport models, I want them to be identical. It's just if I want more features, I get the XSE. And then you have the L models that are more of a modern look, more of a luxury, and then you have the hybrid as well. And to complement the new sheet metal, it's available in 6 colors. We have one of the 2 new ones downstairs, which is the blueprint. Really nice color, very attractive. My personal favorite is that new Celestite. I didn't know what that was until yesterday, right? And I had a hard time enunciating it, so if I didn't say it right, bear with me. Another thing is that customers, because we listen to our customers all the time when we make changes to our Toyotas, and our dealers as well, most importantly. And they were always asking for the Corolla to come with 18-inch alloy wheels, at least the S models, the sport models. And for the first time, the SE and the XSE have standard 18-inch alloy wheels. That's a huge win, and it definitely makes it more of a head turner, and it helps us attract a broader clientele. This is something you normally see in high-end vehicles, but we're bringing it to Toyota. It's called the adaptive front lighting system. And what that does is, depending on your speed and your steering angle, the front lights, the headlights, actually swivel to give you more visibility on the inside corner, so you can see pedestrians or any friendly animals out there, so you won't hurt them. And then we've actually spent a lot of time is in the interior. And you've noticed that throughout with the new RAV4, the new Avalon, the new Camry. Our interiors have definitely been elevated. They're a lot more elegant, more modern, more spacious, more of a cockpit design. And what we've wanted to do also is increase the standard features and the available features in the interior. So there's a slew of available features, right? A 7-inch MID screen. Heated seats in a Corolla. That's super cool. QI wireless charging. Customers really actually ask for that. You know, it's one of those things that mind boggled me in the beginning, but customers enjoy that wireless charging. Ambient lighting and the automatic climate control. One of the things that we don't really talk about too much, spend too much time, is that MID screen. But that 7-inch MID screen for a car in this segment is class leading. It's huge. It's actually very important to talk about because for the first time, that's going to give customers more of that wow factor when you spend most of your time in the interior of your vehicle. So it's going to be a standard 4.2 and an available 7-inch MID screen. It wouldn't be Toyota if we didn't touch on safety. So that's actually my pride and joy about Toyota is Toyota Safety Sense. And with this new Corolla, we have Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. It's our third vehicle in the lineup that has TSS 2.0. And what we've done with that, we've enhanced a lot of features. We've enhanced the pre-collision system. We've added lane tracing assist. We've added road sign assist, and I'll touch on both of those in a little bit. But one of the things that I'm most proud of, because when TSS first came out, Toyota's goal was to provide the top safety features to the masses. And I can actually say here with confidence that since its inception, we sold over 10 million Toyotas globally with Toyota Safety Sense. So that's a huge win for us. The road sign assist, the way it works, it has an in-camera that actually detects a stop sign, a yield sign, a do not enter sign, and a speed limit sign. And I'll display it on your MID screen, either if it's the 4.2 or the 7-inch. And they can display up to 3 at the same time. This is a huge wow factor. I got into a test drive once with a customer. I was at one of my dealers, and it was with the new RAV4 at the time. And the guy didn't know anything about it. We had just launched it, so I get in the car. And it was a young lady, and we stop by. Every dealership has a stop sign, right? And we see the stop sign show up on the MID screen, and she started buzzing. She was so excited, it wowed her. That made her actually buy the car. So that's a key win here. My personal favorite, because I'm always on the road, is called Lane Trace Assist. Shouldn't be confused. I know it's LTA. Some people call it Lane Texting Assist. No, it's not Lane Texting Assist. This is actually, you put your car in the dynamic radar cruise control, make sure your lane departure alert's on, and it keeps your car centered within the lane. So for long drives, it reduces driver fatigue. And if it cannot read the lanes or detect them, it'll actually follow the car in front of it. This is awesome. And this is something that you don't see in cars in this lineup, in this segment, right? You actually have to move up to your higher end vehicles to get this kind of technology. Moving into the interior, where people spend a lot of time is on their phones. I can see you on your phone. We're always on our phones, right? So how do we make our cars more safer while in this connected environment that we're in? So the multimedia, we have standard Apple CarPlay. So a reason to put your phone down, you can actually just use the Series Eyes Free, use the voice commands and text and everything, do everything from just using your voice. That's a huge win, standard in all of them. Amazon plus Alexa. Right? A lot of our customers are getting those dots, they're getting Alexa. All of us are on Amazon Prime, I'm assuming, right? So this is huge to have it standard in every single one of them. Standard Wi-Fi Connect. And also standard Safety Connect. And just to touch on Safety Connect, because that's something we provide to our customers complimentary for 3 years. And that gives you collision notification, vehicle locator, so if a car gets stolen, we can locate it. And we do all that for all of our customers. You have a question, Manny?
You just named Android?
So, a good question. In this, we will have Android Auto 2020 models, but this is the only model that does not get Android Auto in 2020. Yeah. It will have it when we get to the 2021. Let's see what's underneath that hood. Corolla's never really been known, unless back in the 80s when we had that, the 4-speed, rear-wheel drive one was known more for performance, but we weren't really known for performance. But what we've done is that we've offered our customers 2 engine options. 3 if you count the hybrid. Is we have the carryover 1.8 with 139 horsepower, CVT. And then you also have, on the SE and the XSE, the 2.0 liter. And the cool thing with that one, it gives you more horsepower, so it gives you 169, but it also has a CVT transmission with an actual first gear. We call it a launch gear. Something you normally never see, because normally CVTs right off the line, they're not as quick. But with this one, having that first gear, I get more torque. And then you have the hybrid model. 121 horsepower, but don't let that fool you because those electric motors are quick. That hybrid model is actually faster than some of those, and than those L models. Not the S models because it's a little more horsepower, but in the L models, that hybrid is quicker. So it's one of the things we're shifting. If you see most of our advertising out there, when it comes to hybrids, we're advertising hybrid as a performance vehicle. So this is definitely performance. This is why you see on the RAV4 side, the XSE only being a hybrid. Now another fuel efficiency, I'm not going to go over all that if you want to take a picture, but what stands out to me the most is on the SE model, 40 miles per gallon on the highway. That's extremely competitive in this segment. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
And just to kind of recap, this is definitely greater than any Corolla ever. This is not just that safe Corolita that my dad told me to buy. Now this Corolla has bold new styling, super aggressive, advanced technology with the TSS 2.0, again standard in every single trim level, up to 53 miles per gallon on the hybrid for customers looking for a little more fuel economy, fun to drive with that new TNGA platform, competitive pricing, and also there's a Corolla for everyone now. Now I'm going to give it up to Gina, who she's going to go over our Southeast Toyota accessories and give you a little bit of history of SET and the accessories program.
I just want to start by saying how excited I am to be here, and once again thank you guys for coming out and just your support of Toyota throughout the years. And typically when we present to you at this event, we are showcasing different Toyota products or vehicles, but today we're going to shake it up a little bit and we're going to talk about why dealers in the Southeast stand out from the rest of the nation in regards to product offerings. So because of our great relationship with Toyota, we're able to really step up our vehicles when it comes to the accessorization of them. It's kind of hard to say that 10 times fast. And one of the ways we do that is by creating different vehicle accessory packages. So you're all familiar with Toyota's TRD or Lexus F Sport, and although those are different trim levels of vehicles, we wanted to create that same brand recognition and have those same brand enthusiasts or loyalists for our dealers in our region. So that's kind of how we got to Toyota X Series. So before I dive into a couple of our different packages, I wanted to give a look back at our history and talk about how we got to where we are today when it comes to the accessories game. So as vehicles come from different plants all over the world or right here in our backyard in America, before they hit our stores in the Southeast, they come through our processing facilities, and this is where we add on any final touches or accessories. And in the late 60s to early 70s, when the vehicles came over from Japan, they did not have radios, they didn't have AC, and the trucks had no bumpers on them. So we would install these pieces for Toyota, and this was sort of our first kind of foray into the accessories game. And many of you in this room know of our founder, Jim Moran, and some of you had the pleasure of meeting him, and he was a pioneer in the automotive industry. And he would always say, the future belongs to those who prepare for it. And he was all about staying ahead of the curve and how can we improve things and always do things better. So he challenged our associates and said, if we can do this for Toyota, if we can install these bumpers and these radios and ACs, what can we do to better improve our product for our dealers and our customers? So starting in the early 70s, and I won't go through every single one of these, but feel free to take a picture.